Welcome back to the channel, guys. And today we're going to do a video of selling our first car on Cars and Bids. Cars and Bids, new auction site from Doug Demuro and his crew. I'm sure most of you guys have probably heard of Doug Demuro. He's a little bit of a big deal in the YouTube world for the car people. Has a couple million subscribers. He started back March or so. Started a new auction site that is for kind of the cars that I'm into. A lot of the 80s, 90s stuff. That's kind of my era. That's what I like. So I thought it was a neat idea. It's kind of a take on Bring a Trailer, but I think they improved on how that works. We've listed cars on Bring a Trailer before as well, and I kind of like the Cars and Bids process. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by showing you the car we sold and the listing that they came up with. I guess us and them came up with. It is this 1987 Porsche 924S. And right here you can see 87 924S. Right along here they give a little description. And then you got your pictures. I like the layout of, we got it separated by exterior, interior, all photos. As you see here, we did 235 photos. I think that's a big key. Another thing to note on this one, we chose to go no reserve. And I believe that was a good choice on this one. Maybe it would have done more, but the excitement level was fun towards the end. So this one sold for $6,100, 34 total bids throughout the week that it was listed. This one started on a Monday, ended on the next Monday. 99 comments. The majority of that stuff came within the last 10 minutes of the auction. So it gives little info here. Seller's auto link, location Dubuque, Iowa, VIN, miles, You get some other auctions that are ending soon on the sidebar. One thing that I think is really neat about Cars and Bids is you get a little blurb from Doug himself on each of the cars. In Doug's words, this looks to be a handsome 924, and it's a sporty S model, which had some desirable improvements over the regular 924. The interior and exterior look well kept here, and the 924 has always provided an excellent entry point into the Porsche world. This one's no reserve status makes it even more appealing. Look for a bidding war at the end, as it's getting tough to find a nice 924. And we had a little bit of a bidding war at the end of this one, true to his word. The big thing over Bring a Trailer that I enjoy about Cars and Bids is their layout. It's kind of a information forward, not as much of a story. Story's neat and all, but when I'm glancing at 20, 50 cars, and Bring a Trailer has a ton on there now too, but when I'm glancing at a ton of cars, I just want what I want in my face. So we get the highlights here. The equipment here, all in bullet points. Any modifications are listed here. Then they break out the known flaws. This is what I like. So right there, known flaws are listed right there. You don't have to read through the story to find it. They got the recent service history right there. And then the other things that are included in the sale. And a little blurb on the ownership history. We are a dealer, so we didn't have it too long, but we did acquire it from a customer who actually bought this car off Bring a Trailer about 2 years prior to us getting it. We did a couple videos, did a little walk around and a drive. I would do a video. You got to remember, people are buying these sight unseen essentially, so as much info as you can give them, give them. Then here's another nice thing up above all the other comments, which a lot of times can be bullshit of people that have no intentions of buying it, is the seller Q&A. You can ask the seller a question directly and get the seller answer, and it's right there. So boom, what's the ashtray? Yeah, we answered that right there. And then you got your little bidding comment area. This one sold for $6,100 and we had 99 comments. And you get a read through, it's kind of fun. This was a neat auction to be a part of. I will kind of zoom down here. We'll load more comments. As you can see, we're busting through here. All right, this $4,300 bid right there. That happened with less than 10 minutes left in the auction itself. So we'll kind of scroll up. Keep an eye on that. Look at all these comments within 10 minutes. More bids. And we got down to, I believe, like $4,700. This was with a minute left. And you can see here, we're commenting back and forth. It's kind of fun to interact. So, $4,700 with a minute left. Anything under a minute stretches it back out to a minute, I believe. So every time someone bids with under a minute, it resets the clock at a minute, so it gives people time to bid. So we had that $4,700 one, $4,700 one, $5,000 one, $5,100 one, $5,250, $5,350. See, we're down to 10 seconds there, and someone else hit it again at $5,500. Getting a lot of comments from other people, kind of fun to interact with everything. $5,750. This was kind of a neat comment. We didn't really make that in 7 minutes. We just didn't lose that in 7 minutes is how I'd like to put it. But the last time I made more than $1,000 in 7 minutes, I wound up in jail. Then we had $5,850, another one. We got some DJ Khaled references. Got some more comments, more bids. $6,000, Hayden Fry, a little Iowa reference there. Then here was the final bid, $6,100, and that's where it ended. So as you can see there, that all happened in the last few minutes of the auction. So it was kind of hectic, fun. Then you get some more comments afterwards. But yeah, that gets us kind of a gist of how the auction works. My input on the auctions. No reserve probably helped this one. Someone knows they're going to own it if they're bidding on it, if they win. No, getting all disappointed that someone wanted $10,000 for what is worth $6,100 apparently. The market spoke on this, $6,100. You get a true value. So no reserve's kind of neat. You get that bidding war. I'm sure this car may have gone for more, may have gone for less, I guess. I don't know. But it wouldn't have had that 15 bids in the last minute deal if it was a reserve auction car. It just doesn't bring the excitement. The other thing I believe helped on this is we had 235 photos. My suggestion, anytime selling a car to someone who can't touch it in person, give them everything. All the flaws. Make the car look worse than it does in person. That's what we try to do. So here we had all photos. We'll scroll through here. I pride myself in taking good pictures, not too distracting of a background. And then we flip the car so the background stays similar. Did a little light editing, not to change what the car is, but to make sure that everything can be seen and that the cars are up, or the pictures are appealing. So here it is. You can see we've hit everything. We hit all the flaws. You can see on that mirror there. We caught all the chipping on the valence, any of the damage. So make sure you show it. That guy there. So as you can see, there's quite a few photos. Then we got plenty of the interior. Try and cover all the areas. And then this particular car will kind of scan down, engine bay. Pulled up the carpet so you can see the rear. We did some underneath shots so you know what you're getting. No surprises. And then this car came with a good amount of service records, so we photographed all the pertinent information that came along with it. And there you have it. There's a stamped service booklet. And that is pretty much the auction. So we'll kind of give you a rundown on what Cars and Bids wants when you go to do it. So we'll go back to top of Cars and Bids right there. We'll go home. So here's the home page. Cars and Bids. Cars and Bids, you'll have to set up an account, but click on Sell Your Car. You can either sell it for $49 with no reserve or $89 with a reserve. And then the buyer pays the premium of 4.5%. So seller, all they have to pay is the $49 or the $89, and then 4.5% is paid for by the buyer, and that's deducted directly from their credit card to Cars and Bids. The seller does not see that money. So you click this Get Started, decide if you're a private party or a dealer. We're a dealer. You put your info in. They have, is the car for sale anywhere else? Don't list it somewhere else if you're going to sell it on one of these auction sites. Be fair. Don't tempt yourself on getting a different offer. That's kind of a shitty thing to do, to pull an auction in the middle of it. Kind of frowned upon. No one likes that. So you put your car, the VIN, everything, where the car is located at. Apparently you can't sell it outside of US or Canada. Little noteworthy options and features. Has it been modified or stock? Title info. Reserve price. They want a few photos. And then if there's a referral. So you submit that. And then another feature I enjoy about Cars and Bids is their little, they got like an in-system communication thing. So you got some messages. So it pulls up this little message box. And first one is, right after you submit it, hi there. While your car is being reviewed, feel free to ask us any questions. We'll do our best to respond within a business day. And then the next one was just accepted, the 924. So we can communicate. They also email you this too, but I like that it's all in one place right here. So then we communicated back and forth. So once it's accepted, you can go further in the application process. We have another one in progress that'll be up probably in the next few weeks, a 91 BMW 850. So look out for that one. Neat car, 2-owner, 73,000 miles, nice shape. So your car has been accepted. Is the car for sale anywhere else? No. Then it autofills some of the info that you put in before, and you just keep adding more. Let's see if it lets me go further. Won't let me go further. We're not going to fill that out, but you get the condition, you upload all your pictures, and then they'll review it. And then their team actually puts the listing together. You give them enough info, and they run with it, and they write the story, do the ad. Then they send you that. They send you a proof of that to review, which is nice. So you get to see what the auction, I mean, it looks exactly like a live auction, but you get to see what the auction would look like before it's listed. So you say go ahead, then they give you, put you in the schedule. They'll give you a schedule time. I think on some of the stuff you can kind of try and push it to one way or other, but it's got to fit what fits for them. They don't want the same cars. Let them kind of pick when it goes and whatnot. They're the experts. I don't think it matters as much as some people think. But so that's how we did that. So you submit it, you have the auction. Make sure you're active. People ask questions. No one likes a seller who doesn't comment on anything. It kind of gives an uneasy feeling if you're not around to answer any questions. Kind of seems a little sketchy if you're trying to hide something or anything. So be upfront, honest, forward, and you'll have a good result. After they sell it, they'll send you an email, and they'll also put it in on the Cars and Bids site. They give the contact info, which I have blocked out here because none of your business. And then they give you a little blurb at the bottom on this, because even though it's sold on here, the transaction is not done. You're responsible at taking care of that yourself. The money will transact, the sales price money will transact between you and the buyer personally. That doesn't go through Cars and Bids. You get a hold of the person who bought it, work out the details. We ended up, this one went to New York, so 1,000 miles away or so. We ended up doing some shipping, lining up some shipping, and the car just left yesterday, and it is on its way to the new owner. So pretty excited about that. We're in business. The pandemic has kind of screwed up the transporting industry a little bit too. It was hard to find a transporter, so it took about a week and a half to line someone up. Ended up having to plop down some extra money out of my pocket to get it there quicker than what was happening, but we're trying to make the customer happy, so there's that. He'll have it in the next day or two. Pretty excited to hear from him about that. So there it is. There is our first Cars and Bids experience. Looking forward to many more. There's some neat cars on there. I suggest you take a peek at it. Don't bid too high on the ones I want to buy, and bid high on the ones I'm selling. All right. As always, appreciate you guys watching. We'll do a couple more car videos on Cars and Bids stuff. And maybe we'll do some buying and some trips on there too. But if you like that, wouldn't mind if you subscribe to the channel. Like the video down below. If you think there's any way I can improve how we sell cars on Cars and Bids, comment down below. I try to get better at doing stuff all the time. But anyway, as always, appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next video. Have a good night.